You are watching Conversations with Jennylyn, and today I have one of my favorite guests to share with you again. He's been on my show a few times, and I find his content very inspirational. His name is Thomas Paladino, and he works with Scalar Light. And he is following in the footsteps of a very famous person who worked with light, but I guess for a lot of people wasn't quite famous. But I'll let Tom tell us more about his technology and show us how it works, because today he's actually in his workshop studio and is going to share that with us. Tom, welcome back.
A pleasure. Good to see you again, Jenny.
Same here. So,
Okay.
for those people who haven't seen your previous shows, do you just want to give them a quick
Yes.
intro so they get what you're doing? And
Okay. Thank you. I'm a researcher. I work with energy. It's known as scalar energy, what some people call zero-point energy. It's not electricity. And for this discussion, I'm in the laboratory. This is a scalar energy laboratory, and I want to demonstrate what I'm saying and to see the gigantic potential with this type of technology. So our conversation will be about scalar energy and its application and how scalar energy can help us as a tool of technology moving forward.
got it. So,
Okay.
you've been on my show at least 4 times, and you've shared how you've used this energy to
Right.
help people in countries as far as India.
That's
You've
right.
cured a lot of people with illnesses that normally kill people. And in a real quick, maybe 2 minutes, tell somebody watching this show who's never seen you how you do that. And then we can go on from there.
Okay. To be clear, I'm not working with Newtonian physics. Scalar energy is not Newtonian physics. And when I work with people, I never work with people in person. I work with their energy field. So what I've discovered is a new science. And that is, I don't work with people in person. I work with photographs of people. This is my photograph that has an energy field. So this is not Western science. It's not Western medicine. This is not Newtonian physics. This is a new branch of physics in which people will email me their photograph and I can treat their aura or their quantum field on the photograph. Now, you might say, well, what's the point of a photograph? Well, computer, I can see her image and she can see my image. Obviously, Jenny is not in my laboratory. I am not in Jennylyn's computer. Well, working along that line of reasoning, we're now working with photographs of people to provide their energy field healing or to improve their well-being. So to be clear, this has nothing to do with Western medicine. I don't work with people. This is not biological. It's an energetic process in which people come to my laboratory through their photograph. People bilocate to my laboratory through their photograph. I treat the energy field on the photograph. This is a new science. It's groundbreaking. Only a few men prior to my work have ever achieved this. So what I'm doing is today considered to be esoteric. I understand that. It's different.
So, Tom, one of the most difficult things I'm noticing with people is if they weren't taught something by their parents, by the education system, or anybody that they really trust and believe, a concept such as this, which has been prevalent in their existence from the time they were born, is so unrelatable that they look at you like you're nuts. There are people in my life that I really value, that I really love and trust. And they, I think, trust me. But when I try to tell them about our energy and the spiritual existence that is in parallel with the one that they're conscious of, it makes me sad because I notice some of them sort of shy away from me because they can't get what I'm saying. And they're looking at me like I've become some sort of a conspiracy theorist and I've gone down the rabbit hole. But you know what? I'm comfortable in my skin and I'm comfortable in what I believe. And I'm not here to force feed anyone. So let's continue because what you are sharing is so relatable to me. But I know
Okay.
quite a few people that have a hard time accepting this.
Okay. And thank you for that. So this is groundbreaking research. Again, very few people have achieved what I've achieved. And the reason I can do that, I'm working with a scalar energy instrument. I'm going to turn the screen. This is a scalar energy instrument. It harnesses the energy from the sun and the stars. I don't create the energy. I simply harness the energy from the sun and the stars. Again, we're in a scalar energy laboratory. This is one of my laboratories. Now, let me demonstrate what I mean. This instrument is functioning right now. There's a great deal of energy coming off that the Tesla coil, a Tesla coil. There's so much energy from that instrument, it can illuminate a light bulb that I hold in my hand. This is a fluorescent light bulb. And when I pass this close to the instrument, it illuminates. So it's so powerful, the instrument can illuminate a light bulb. Now, that's the free energy of the sun and the stars. And that's what we're going to speak about today. Not electricity, it's another type of energy. And on account of the fact that this is another type of energy, it does not behave like electricity. So we have to, if you will, have a refresher course. So scalar energy is from the sun and the stars. Everything possesses that scalar energy, including a photograph of a person. So instead of coming to my laboratory in person biologically, you send your photograph in substitution energetically. I only work with the force field on a photograph, the energy field or the aura. Some people call this spirit. Others will call it prana or chi. And when I can do that, I can access a person's photograph and balance their chakras. If I can illuminate a light bulb, then I can illuminate the chakras and the brain waves. So by placing a photograph inside the scalar energy instrument, there's so much energy, it will illuminate a light bulb. It will illuminate the mind. It will balance the 7 chakras. That's the principle of scalar energy. The ability to place a photograph inside a scalar energy instrument and to enjoy a scalar energy environment.
That was awesome. When you put the light next to your picture, I could
Yes.
see it then. When you did the first illustration where you held the bulb over it, we couldn't really see it light up.
Yeah,
But because you have the blue in the picture, that's amazing.
Yeah. Here's another indication. This is a red light bulb. Maybe this helps.
Okay.
This is a chakra balancing. If I can illuminate a light bulb in my hand, then the brain waves are illuminated. The chakras are illuminated.
Question.
Yes.
Why aren't we having this as coming into our homes to provide us with energy and
You're right.
instead of paying for electricity?
You're right. So my work goes back at least a century to that of Nikola Tesla. Now, many of you in the audience recognize that name, Nikola Tesla. He was the first man to develop scalar energy instruments. This is a scalar energy instrument. What's the point? It's free energy from the sun and the stars. When I can illuminate a light bulb locally, eventually I'll be able to light up a light bulb at a distance. So this, if you will, portends free energy for mankind. That's one of the benefits of my research. And Jennylyn sees that, and she's always been a supporter, if you will, of this type of research. So it is new, it's groundbreaking. I'm trying to introduce this to the world, but we're seeing great benefits. We see great quantum health benefits from people around the world by way of their testimonies. We have thousands of testimonies from people who say that there's something here. Now, to be very clear, I don't work with hospitals or clinics because this has nothing to do with Western medicine. It's the new science of working with force fields, energy fields.
Tom, do you use this source of energy for your energy supply and needs in your home?
Not yet. I'm trying to devise a technique to take this energy to illuminate a building. I'm about 3 years off. I'm fabricating something. And once that fabrication is done, and once we have the proper specs, we should be able to amplify this energy and illuminate a building, if you will. Give it 3 or 4 years.
What kind of danger are you in?
Well, I'm glad you
ask. I have to ask. Because I'm very aware of what's going on.
I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you realize that. This is a new technology that will change the military-industrial complex. This is a new technology that will advance mankind, but in the process, some technologies, some industries will be obsolete. Now, God protects me, to answer your question. You could see where this is going. You could see how this technology could power the world. And what do I like about scalar energy? It's free energy from the stars, from the sun. It's divine energy. It's from God. There's no pollution. You don't need a grid system. All of it is wireless, because once I connect through the ether, I can, if you will, send this energy or command it anywhere in the world or in the galaxy or in the universe, for that matter. So it's free energy with a free infrastructure, with no pollution. Eventually, the world will take on to this. Okay, so what do I do presently? I am working with this energy for quantum health, working with energetic health, not biological health. What do I mean? I only work with photographs once again. And I demonstrated by taking a photograph of a person and placing it in the instrument for 1 hour, I perform a chakra balancing. Placing my photograph or the photographs of people inside the instrument for 1 hour, it's a chakra balancing or brain balancing for them. Well, that's for 1 hour that I accomplished that. 1 hour. After that 1 hour, people say that they feel better. Now, can you explain that by conventional science? No. How can you in any way relate this to Newtonian science? You cannot. So it's a new science that takes a new interpretation. Apparently, a person's photograph carries their energy signal, and a chakra balancing seems to have an impact and influence on their brain waves as well as their emotions. Their 7 chakras. Many people who send me their photographs say that they sleep better, or that they're no longer inclined to drink excessively alcohol, or they can give up cigarettes, or they come to terms with a phobia, with some type of fear. So it appears that this energy imparts itself on our emotions. It has a direct way of, if you will, interfacing with our emotions, with our psychological state. That's my statement to your audience. This is non-physical divine essence. We're not working with chemicals. And working with this divine energy, it's a download, what some people might call, or an afflatus, in which we can actually rearrange a brain pattern.
Wow.
Or correct thinking, aberrant thinking, or balance the 7 chakras.
Amazing. Well, I know every year when you
Yes.
every time you've come back, I could see where you're making advancements. I can see where your work is yielding new results that you can share with people that is more relatable. Now, I know you've treated my picture. I need to check and see when you're treating it, if you know what I'm feeling, so I could give you feedback. And next time I can probably share when we do another segment with people.
Okay.
I know that you've worked with clinics, especially in India.
Yes.
You have gotten the feedback that you were successful. You want to share this with us?
Yes, yes. Now remember, when I work with people, it's always through their energy field. This is a photograph from a clinic. I've been working with a clinic in India. The name is Om Prakash, HIV/AIDS clinic in Delhi, India. They have over 10,000 members at this clinic. This is one of their photographs. You can see they have a Scalar light banner. By working through their photographs only, many of these people who sent me their photographs tell me now they feel better. Now, take, for instance, this photograph. Everybody in that photograph at one time was HIV positive.
And now they're not?
Now they don't have a viral load.
After you've been treating their pictures?
After I worked with their photographs, nobody has a viral load.
I think this is the point of the interview where I'm going to ask you to share your website so that people can go there and read your testimonials and see how many people around the world you are helping using Scalar Light.
It is scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight.com. Anybody can visit the website. We have 15 days of free sessions in which you will email us only your photograph. We do nothing else. And we treat your aura. We treat your force field.
Could you leave the email address where they should send the photograph?
Just go, I'll make it simpler. Just go to the website, scalarlight.com. And on the website, you'll see 2 or 3 places where you can upload your photograph. Do it all through the website portal, because that will ask you for your name and your email address. And we'll explain to you over the course of 15 days what we're doing. Scalarlight.com.
And you have 15 days free trial.
Free.
Okay.
Free. No questions asked. Yes. And we're working with so many people now because we're offering free sessions to the world. Thank you for mentioning that. Now, I'm going to explain, at least in theory, what I'm doing. Now, remember, everything is a photograph. There's no human reasoning. Let's take this photograph of the people from Om Prakash. And then let's take this photograph of the HIV virus. Now, remember, don't think in biological terms, think in informational terms. What if I place these 2 photographs side by side one another in the scalar energy instrument? So the magnified photograph of HIV is placed side by side the photograph of the people in the clinic who are suffering from HIV infection. So what happens? In theory, the energy or the signature of HIV from this photograph, if it's identified in the people, the signal is eradicated. We destroy, remove, efface, disassemble, cure the signal. I don't work with people, I work with signals, energy signals. So by placing this photograph of the HIV virus inside a scalar energy environment, we communicate between the HIV virus and the people. And it's always the administration of light, it's always white light. And in so doing, the instrument, the energy, delivers the signal of HIV, looking for that signal in the people. If the HIV signature is found in the people, this instrument is designed, calibrated to negate the signal of HIV. It's all information. It's non-physical information. It's not a biological process because we're working at the realm of spirit. We're not working at the realm of physical reality. We're working at spirit level. So the spirit, so the energy of HIV can be identified in a photograph of a person. That's the key to my work. Now, after working with people with this instrument and identifying the energy of HIV, once again, everybody who submitted their photograph to me feels better. And those who went as far as to have a follow-up PCR test, nobody has a viral load for HIV.
That is so exciting. I am so thrilled that this segment, we can be in the lab and you can give us these demonstrations. Because previously we've had so many conversations about what you're doing. And because this is a science that is so new, it's very hard for people to grab the concept and to wrap their heads around what you're really doing. But this way, it's so clear. I think this is phenomenal that you can, because usually people in those countries die because of the poverty level. They can't get the medical care that the world offers because it's not affordable to them, especially people with AIDS. The world has lost so many lives to AIDS that it's fascinating, and hats off to you and thank you that you are using this technology and technique to heal so many people around the world. Now, how have you, do you feel like you're growing exponentially now since
Yes, we
you
do.
had so many people,
Yes.
giving testimonials on how the treatments are healing them?
Uh, we are growing exponentially. Thank you. Why?
Yes,
People see benefits. Why?
that's
What's the
because,
point?
yeah.
On my website, we have thousands of testimonies. We have PCR tests. This is one of the PCR tests from Delhi, India. This person's viral load, after we work with this person, is no detectable viral load.
Well,
So the testimony speaks.
The people in India must be breaking down your door because
We've
now they have all these witnesses to go into the communities and tell them,
there's
hey, I'm healed. This guy in America using this, whatever, has healed me. So, so what? Okay, I want you to make one thing clear again. You don't need a 8 by 10 photograph of a
no,
person. You just
no.
need a passport size picture.
Right, right. And I
And
ask people just to send your bust shot, just your face. We don't need a full body because a scalar energy signal is the same with whether it's your face or your full body. Don't send a full body. Just keep it simple. The age of the photograph doesn't matter. Our instrument will work with miniaturized photographs. Now, once you submit your photograph, everything's on an automated computer uploader. I don't upload these photographs. So every day I receive thousands of photographs from around the world like this, placed on a collage. Now, today, for instance, I work with 500,000 people, 500,000 photographs
daily? Not daily.
a
Daily?
day, a day, a day. I receive thousands of photographs every day now, Jennylyn. We're growing.
Wow. So, Tom, you treat how many people on average within an hour? Because you said
Yeah,
earlier you put the picture on for an hour, and
yeah.
after an hour, the machine will detect certain viruses and it will get rid of them. So, on average, how many people are being healed within the hour?
500,000, 500,000. In 1 hour, I could perform a chakra balancing on 500,000 people. In 1 hour, I could identify the HIV virus and eradicate the signal, the energy signal, not biologically, the energy signal. So again, this is a new science that we have to really take a good look at. This is the easy way of working with reality. We're no longer at the biological level, the physical level. We're at the etheric level or the spiritual level. And at the spiritual level, things happen so much quicker. It's easier. We don't work with physical reality. We don't work with the physical body. We work at the auric level or the etheric level. We're at the top of the spirit level.
I love that you're saying this because
So it's very exciting.
I keep trying to tell my friends, and I don't know. I just can tell from their body language that they think I'm nuts. But I can tell you this. I'm trying to convince all of the people I love because the other people it's not that important to me if they don't want to accept what I'm sharing. But I keep telling everyone we are spiritual beings occupying a human vessel for our spirits to learn lessons for its evolution. That's what I understand. And I'm trying to share this because what you are saying is consistent with this belief. If you can cure us on a spiritual level, then what I believe is adding up to the same thing. Because what you're saying is you're curing people on a spiritual, not a biological level. You're clearing their auras, you're removing the blueprint of certain viruses that are not serving the human body, that it's its enemy. Okay, so
Yes.
now at this point of the interview, would you tell us what types of diseases you can wipe out of our system using this technology? And can you remove all?
Yeah, that's a good point. So the energy does what I asked it to do. And to be clear, there's no human reason it. This is a photograph of the HIV virus. That photograph has a light signature. I do not interpret the HIV virus. The instrument will read, interpret, and identify the energy of the HIV virus, and then will broaden. It's a new dimension. The dimension that we're working with is not electricity and magnets. Okay, so to move forward, when I work with people, I only work with photographs of microbes. There's no human reason. So I'm going to hold this up. This is the Epstein-Barr virus. It's common. Many people have the Epstein-Barr virus. Some people say it contributes to mononucleosis.
I've been told I have that.
Okay. So in practice, I take a magnified photograph of this virus and I place it in the instrument with my photograph. Now remember, as Jennylyn and I are having a conversation, we're communicating through this. So if we can communicate through a cell phone or through a Zoom call, or we can see an image on a television set, this instrument uses the images of Epstein-Barr and my image of photograph and has those two images communicate. If I had the signal, the energy of Epstein-Barr virus, this instrument would find Epstein-Barr virus in my force field or in my aura on the photograph. And in so doing, this instrument would not only identify the signal of Epstein-Barr, but would eradicate it, remove it, destroy it. So keep in mind, this has nothing to do with human biology. This is not Newtonian physics. This is a new branch of physics in which energy fields communicate.
So, Tom, I just want to make sure that anybody watching this show understands that the reason that you're using your picture is just an illustration because you don't want to take some person who sent their picture to you to use that. And that you're not saying your picture has to be in front of everyone's picture for them to get healed. Is that clear? Am I correct?
People of their volition must submit a photograph to us. And this is why on our website we offer free sessions to anybody in the world. So, to be clear, it's a permission basis. Visit our website. Anybody in the world can sign up for 15 days of free sessions. But the key element here is to educate people to this new process. I don't expect people to understand this. This is a custom-built instrument. Nobody in the world has this instrument. Nobody has my capability. And with that in mind, I have to introduce this to humanity.
So, Tom, because your room is so large, when you focus on the instrument because of how many obstacles are behind it, it's difficult to see it. Is there a way to pick it up? Or is it...
Hang on.
Because we don't know exactly which one is the instrument.
Can you see that right there?
Right. Is there a way to zoom in any more on it or no?
No. And there's other instruments. I have about 12 instruments. I have about 12 instruments in the laboratory. The needed instrument, I'm pointing to this right here.
Oh, it looks like a coffee maker, like a percolator, right? Is that the one?
Yes. I've never heard that expression. Now, the key is these are custom-built instruments.
Yeah.
My work is customized to quantum health with photographs. My work is groundbreaking. I don't expect the world to understand this. I'm the only one in the world doing this. Okay.
Well, congratulations, and most importantly, hats off to your tenacity
Thank you.
and your consistency, because I know I have that in common with you. People get discouraged when they try something, and the people they're counting on to support them, don't actually come out and say it, but you get the vibe that they think you're nuts and they're not listening to what you're saying, but you keep going. And I am so grateful that you kept on doing this, because I would imagine you met some resistance in the beginning because it's such a new concept.
Yes, it is a new concept. But keep in mind, it's as old as the stars. Now, what am I getting at? This energy is from the stars, as we've mentioned. We simply don't realize that there's another energy besides electricity. Nikola Tesla realized that scalar energy was a reality. Later in his life, Tesla was working with free energy instruments like this. Imagine, now that the audience understands, imagine what this means to mankind. We're no longer working at the physical level. We're no longer bound by brick and mortar. We're working at the etheric or the spiritual level, where everything is instantaneous.
Because we're spirit beings. That's why.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the reason that so many of these other curative procedures or methods aren't taught to us, it's not always because it's unknown, but nobody makes off of it. Nobody makes the big money off of it. And so when what you're saying becomes the way of life, because I have a feeling it will, what do you see happening to the other industry that's serving us now?
That's a good point. Well, the world will now turn to this new industry, this new way of living. Now, I'll give you a for instance. Years ago, many people had a horse and buggy. They did not have cars. I have nothing against horse and buggies, by the way. But today, how many people have a horse and buggy? Very few people. Most people have cars and motorcycles and pickup trucks. Most people don't drive a horse and buggy anymore. So technology will replace an industry, but that doesn't mean that we still don't have a means to afford ourselves the new technology. Everybody has access to a car, a motorcycle, a pickup truck today. So that's where we're going to go with the electromagnetic industry spectrum. Electricity will go by the wayside.
So I want to point out two things to my viewers. One is, a few times when Tom was speaking, he sounded like he was in a tunnel. And that's because the energy fields in his lab is so powerful.
Yes.
It's interfering with his computer, and it's affecting what he's saying to us. And that is why. And the second thing, with the scalar light, think of this concept like as the cell phone. Like before the cell phones hit the market, if someone would tell me that I would have this phone, that I could just talk to anybody anywhere and download pictures and all the different things that we are now using these devices for, prior to having them in our hands and using them and having the evidence based on the success of our uses of them, we had difficulty believing it. So I'm asking you, for watching this show and you think Tom can help you, treat him and what he's offering like a cell phone the first time you got it. We should stop knocking things until we try them. And I don't mean jump in a fire. Everybody knows if you jump in a fire, you're going to get burnt. But we have to be smart about what new things we want to try. But what is the danger if you're ill of trying something like this? Because what is the downside? What's the worst that could happen if someone sent you their picture?
Nothing. It's not a chemical process. And with that in mind, we're not working at the chemical biological level. The spiritual level, there is no medical illness. We're not working at the level, the biological level, where you will have a reaction, a biological reaction. The spiritual level does not recognize a biological reaction. There are no biological reactions. It's a different dimension.
So say Jane Doe sends you her picture. What would you say to her when you've started treating her that she should pay attention so that she could tell if she's benefiting from her attempt to send her picture to you for healing?
Okay. Day one, many people say that they sleep better. The chakra balancing works so quickly that their brain waves and their 7 chakras are balanced. Within a day or two, many people say that they sleep better. They have uninterrupted sleep. Number 2, when I work with people and I eradicate bacteria and viruses, okay, all I need is a photograph of a bacterium to eradicate a bacterium. People say that their mouth is cleaner. And this is all by way of experience. I cannot speak for people because I don't work with people. I only work with their photographs. But people say that their sinus is drained, their mouth is cleaner, they don't have a biofilm. Many people say that that they had some type of range of motion problem, that they no longer have that difficulty of range of motion. And then there's another program I'm going to quickly mention. We also download the energy of vitamins into auras, into people's photographs. I am placing close to the screen a magnified photograph of riboflavin, B2. Now again, riboflavin has an energy field. This is how I receive my vitamins, Jennylyn. I don't take a multivitamin. I receive my vitamins through energy, through the energy field. It's not a biological process. So for 22 hours a day, I work with people with micronutrients. I place your photograph inside a scalar energy instrument next to micronutrients. And 22 hours a day, you're being downloaded micronutrients. That's one of the micronutrients that we work with is riboflavin. So all of this calls to mind a new way of looking at reality in which we don't work with people, we work with energy fields. I much rather work with energy fields than work with people.
I don't blame you. I work with people and I can tell you, I'd rather do what you do.
There's, frankly, there's problems when you work on the biological field. To be very blunt, there's no problems when I'm working with a photograph because it's light. Light never makes a mistake. Here's another indication. I'm holding up glutathione. This is a magnified photograph of the antioxidant glutathione. This is how I receive my glutathione, not through a pill, energetically through my force field. So this calls to mind that we can receive nutrients, not biologically, but through energy fields. That's the point of my research. I am not working with the human body, I'm working with the human aura.
So then you can't help conditions like heart problems, eating disorders. Your technology doesn't help with these, does it?
Usually not. Usually not. For the most part, it's predicated upon eradicating microbes or the signals of the microbe.
Okay, so you can't really help with anything that physically involves the body.
No.
Right. Got it. You said that based on everything you shared, how often do you get sick?
I don't.
Did you get COVID?
That's a good point. I think I caught the COVID virus, okay? Because it's everywhere. But I didn't have the symptoms of it. So what's my point? For instance, every winter I'll get the flu bug. The flu virus is everywhere. Have I ever had to go to the hospital? No. Have I ever had to take exceptional care of myself? No. No, because I'm working with the influenza virus on the energetic level every day, and I can eradicate the flu virus. So I can't prevent infection. That's the biological body. But I can eradicate the signals of microbes. That's my role.
Fascinating. Really? How many years have you been working on this?
50 years, half a century, my entire life, Jennylyn. 50 years.
Oh, I know you told me this before, but I do need a refresher. I interview so many people. Okay, let's back up. You started from birth? Is that what you're telling us?
I'm 63 years of age. I've been at this since I was a kid. So,
Okay.
yeah.
But as a kid, okay, so I believe a lot of children are coming into the world now with certain skills or certain fields of work, or like with a particular objective for being on the planet. I've been watching lots of videos where 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds, as soon as they learn to speak, they're, telling their parents what they're going to do and giving information about the world. Would you say that you came into the world for this?
Yes. Yes, it's God. God gave me this gift. To be very clear, this is beyond human reasoning. Only God can give me this wisdom. Yes, God gave me this gift, and I want to share this gift with humanity. That's the point of my research.
But that's why he gives us gifts, to come to share it. I mean, I have this gift where I am very conscious of a lot of what's happening in the spiritual realm. And most people can't relate. It's not relatable if they don't have that same gift, or if they're not, aware and awakened. So what kind of adversity have you experienced, if any?
Very little, very little. I don't think the authorities quite grasp this, and for the most part, they leave me alone. They should. They're ignorant of my groundbreaking research. But I will say that people are the key. It's a grassroots movement, and as a grassroots movement, I rely upon people, and that's all I need. So the people are the key. God has blessed me with wisdom, and working with people. I love working with people. God bless this grassroots movement. It's because of people like you, Jennylyn, and others, that I'm able to promulgate my research.
I believe that it's my job to do anything that will help people to live healthier, happier lives. That's what I'm here for. I'm a humanitarian to the bone. So whenever I meet someone and I do my research, and God tells me this is someone I need to share on my platform, I'm always obedient, even if people don't approve of the content I'm bringing. I'm just here to be true to my mission, like you. But when you tell me that you spent your entire life working on this, I'm thinking, what triggered it? Because it's so like off the beaten path. Like young boys come in and they want to be a pilot, or they want to be a politician, a lawyer, because this is what's in our face constantly on social media and on mainstream media. Why or how did you find yourself going down this road?
Now, I've always had this mystical gift. I could understand science at its root cause. And God gave me that gift. So I said to myself, God has given me this gift, then I have to expand upon it. I have to, emphasize this gift. It frankly, this, in theory, this is simple. This is easy and straightforward. I know it's esoteric. I know it's abstract for some people. Me, this is a piece of cake. It's my gift. It's easy. So when something's easy, it's from God.
No, I agree, because, I can sit and talk to anyone. I've spoken to archbishops and politicians and congressmen and doctors, and I just feel like I'm talking to Jane Doe. I never think, oh, I should be nervous. When I interviewed the co-founder of Apple, I was nervous, but that's because he was my third guest. I had just started my show. So it was more a case of, this is a very successful man, and I have to sound smart and ask the right questions. But now this is a piece of cake, and I can speak with anybody and have a conversation with them. You have done this for 50 years, so that would be the other reason that you have a comfort level with it. I've been doing this for 12 years. It's like a piece of cake for me. But now that you've mastered it, your challenge is to convince people that you can help them, because that's why you were prepared for this. This is what you're meant to do with the information you have.
That's right. That's very, very astute. That's the key. My work is about helping people. I'm a humanitarian. I'm a Christian. Why do I do this? To advance society, to improve the human condition. What is technology? It's a tool to improve the human condition. I say that scalar energy will be an incredible tool once people realize and incorporate it.
But my question to you now then, apart from these types of platforms, how are people knowing that Tom Paladino can use scalar light to help clear their energy fields and make a difference in their lives without going to wherever you live and coming and sitting in a waiting room and filling out so much paperwork like you're buying a house to get help? Because that's what it seems like when you go to the doctor now.
It's only working with people like you, Jennylyn. It's all grassroots. It's all grass. Academia and big business don't get it, or they don't want to work with me. So to be clear,
they don't want to get it. Okay, Tom, we get it, and I'm going to help because if you're helping people, I am willing to help you. I'll make time to help you. My question is, what kind of growth have you seen over the years?
Tremendous, because of people. It's all grassroots. Tremendous. You see, when we offer the world the 15 days of free sessions, any day, 7 days a week, that offer is standing, then people realize that we're transparent, we're honest, and then many people do feel benefits. You know, maybe it's something they've never felt before because it's a new process. It's an energetic process through your photograph. But I would say without people, the world would never hear of me. Without the grassroots movement, I would be an obscure researcher.
I have over 20 years of marketing experience, and I'm here to tell you, I tried every trick in the book to be the best person when I was marketing whatever. And I'll tell you, the best marketing is a happy customer.
Yes.
So if you have someone who has benefited from what you're offering, they'll bring the whole village. Especially since they haven't got to go to you, which is so awesome. Because there's so many treatments that we need in this world, we have to physically go to a location where the expert is providing whatever care we're seeking. So this is fantabulous. I'm just sad that you can't heal the physical body also, because that's so awesome.
Yeah, I can't. And maybe in the future somebody can, but that's not my work right now.
Mm-hmm. What haven't I asked you that you want to make sure someone watching this knows?
I'll tell you what. We'll conclude it here and let your audience sign up now for the 15-day free session. And then we'll revisit this and maybe we'll have feedback from them. The key to my work now is feedback, testimonies. Again, nobody can prove or disprove this. It's never been done before. I don't have any contemporary who's going to work with me. Nobody's working with me. So let the people speak, let their testimonies come in. And then after a period of time, we'll do another interview in my lab, Jennylyn, and we'll see what the feedback's like.
Awesome. Well, Tom, thank you so much. And listen, if you're watching this, even if you live in Timbuktu, as long as you have access to email, send Tom your picture. He's offering you 15 days of free treatment. And so it can't hurt. You have nothing to lose. I don't think he's going to steal your picture. He has too many already.
Exactly.
And so thank you once again for watching Conversations with Jennylyn. When a conversation is all you need to be inspired, and in this case, healed, just send your picture. And hopefully you will write to us to tell us how you benefited from your effort. And I will see you next time with another guest. Thank you.
Broadcasting from Silicon Valley, California, this is Conversations with Jennylyn.